In the latest development, Leo Stark finds himself ensnared in a web of suspicion and conspiracy following the shocking shooting of E.J. DiMera. As E.J. fights for his life, Leo begins to suspect that Gabi may be behind the attack. This suspicion propels Leo down a path of investigation, one that could carry serious consequences for everyone involved. The peace of Salem is shattered when E.J. DiMera is gunned down under mysterious circumstances. The incident sends shockwaves through the community and sparks a flurry of questions about who could be responsible. As E.J. lies unconscious, the lack of immediate answers fuels speculation and worry among his friends and family. Leo's growing suspicion. Leo Stark, known for his sharp wit and natural curiosity, begins piecing together clues that suggest Gabby Hernandez could be a prime suspect. His suspicions aren't baseless. Gabi has a volatile history with E.J., and recent tensions between the two haven't gone unnoticed. Driven by a deep desire to uncover the truth, Leo starts watching Gabi's behavior more closely, taking note of inconsistencies and secretive actions that set off alarm bells in his mind. A search for evidence motivated by his growing doubts, Leo takes matters into his own hands. He goes as far as rummaging through Gabi's belongings in hopes of finding something concrete. Though morally questionable, this invasive act reveals just how desperate Leo is to prove his theories. But his actions don't go unnoticed. Gabi catches him in the act and confronts him furiously, threatening to banish him from her life entirely if he doesn't back off. A surprising discovery during his unauthorized search, Leo stumbles upon something unexpected, a piece of evidence or a revealing item that could potentially link Gabi to the shooting. This discovery throws a new wrench into the situation, forcing Leo to confront the weight of what he's found. While the nature of the evidence isn't immediately clear, it's significant enough to make Leo question his next steps, and what they might cost him. A moral dilemma now, Leo is torn between two conflicting paths. Should he report Gabi to the authorities based on what he found? Or should he confront her directly and give her a chance to explain herself? This decision is made all the more difficult by his personal ties to Javi Hernandez, Gabi's cousin and someone Leo shares a romantic connection with. The potential fallout from either choice could change the course of not only Leo's life, but also the fabric of Salem itself. Far-reaching implications. The stakes rise further as more people get pulled into the situation. J.J. Devereaux, among others, also begins to suspect Gabi's involvement in the shooting. As suspicions multiply, pressure builds. And the truth becomes harder to pin down. With loyalties divided and relationships on the line, the atmosphere in Salem grows tense. Every action now carries heavy consequences, and trust becomes a fragile commodity. What lies ahead as the story unfolds, viewers are left to wonder what Leo will ultimately choose. Will he expose Gabi and risk burning bridges with Javi, possibly altering the dynamics of the entire Hernandez family? Or will he attempt a more compassionate approach, one that seeks justice without destroying lives? The answers promise to deliver gripping drama and emotional depth in the episodes to come. Days of Our Lives, Thursday, May 1st, Secrets, Schemes, and Salvation. On this crisp spring Thursday in Salem, our familiar little town feels anything but peaceful. From the polished boardrooms of Titan to the shadowed back halls of University Hospital, everyone seems to be nursing a private agenda, a secret fear, or a desperate hope that the next bold move will finally tip fate in their favor. The stakes? Nothing short of corporate empires, family loyalties, and even the fragile thread of life itself. So, settle in with a comforting cup of tea, dear readers, and let us unravel the tangled threads of today's gripping episode. A story woven with equal measures of ambition, anger, and aching love. Gabby and Philip, a corporate powder keg. The morning sun has barely kissed the Kiriaki's mansion when Gabi storms in, stilettos clicking like firecrackers on the marble floor. She has come prepared, Gabi chic financial reports in one hand, a smoldering fury in the other. Philip meets her in the foyer, his jaw already clenched hard enough to crack granite. Their greeting is curt, like dueling swords raised in salute before the first lunge. Inside the study, the confrontation explodes. Gabi accuses Philip of siphoning resources from her beloved fashion line to prop up other Titan divisions. Philip fires back that Gabi Chic's bold new designs are burning through cash faster than they can earn it. Neither is wrong, and that may be the most dangerous truth of all. Their tempers feed off each other until the room feels hot enough to melt the crystal decanter on the desk. Yet business battles in Salem rarely stay confined to spreadsheets. Pride is the real currency here, and neither mogul is ready to declare bankruptcy on that account. Xander and Alex, a plot behind closed doors while Gabi and Philip trade verbal fire, a different alliance is quietly taking shape across town. Xander lets himself into Alex's sleek downtown apartment, a stack of Titan quarterly reports tucked beneath one arm. The cousins share a complicated family history, equal parts rivalry and reluctant respect, but today they appear united by a single goal, unseating Philip before his feud with Gabi drags the whole company down. They spread documents across the dining table, voices low and conspiratorial. Xander argues that Titan needs fresh leadership. Someone willing to take risks without letting ego drive every decision. Alex nods, though he reminds Xander that any coup must be carefully timed. One wrong move and Victor's legacy could collapse around them. Together they sketch a two-step plan: first, expose Philip's mismanagement; second, persuade Victor's estate board that a temporary co-leadership, fronted by Xander's grit and Alex's modern vision, will restore stability. It is a delicate dance, and neither man can afford to misstep. Leo's snooping in Javi's dilemma. Meanwhile, at the modest apartment shared by Leo, Javi, and for the moment, Gabi, tension takes on a more personal flavor. Leo's curiosity has always been his greatest weakness, and today it lands him in hot water. Convinced Gabi is hiding something monumental, perhaps evidence that ties her to the still unsolved chaos surrounding EJ, Leo decides to snoop through her handbag while she is out. The ransacking is interrupted when Gabi returns early, flanked by Philip's parting insults and still vibrating with rage. She catches Leo red-handed, her eyes narrowing with a fury that makes the earlier corporate spat look tame. Leo tries to spin a playful excuse, but Gabi is in no mood for theatrics. She threatens eviction, reminding Leo that trust is not a commodity freely given, especially in her household. Later, while Gabi cools off in the bedroom, Leo admits to Javi that perhaps it is time they moved out and found a place where curiosity does not carry a price tag. Javi, forever torn between loyalty to his sister and affection for his eccentric friend, agrees to start apartment hunting, though deep down he fears what fresh mischief Leo might stir up once unrestrained. Kayla and Stephanie. Hope in a hospital corridor at Salem University Hospital, fluorescent lights cast a cold glare on Kayla's worried face. She meets her daughter Stephanie outside a research lab, both women speaking in hushed tones. The subject is Versavix, an experimental antibiotic with the power to halt the aggressive sepsis ravaging Beau's body. Dr. Russell, the only physician authorized to dispense the drug, has refused to bend protocol, and time is slipping away. Kayla's shoulders sag beneath the twin burdens of professional ethics and sisterly desperation. She confides that every phone call, every official request, has been stonewalled by red tape. Stephanie listens, her heart aching for the uncle who once fixed her skinned knees and chased her through autumn leaves. She vows to help, even if it means bending a few rules herself. A fleeting moment of warmth passes between mother and daughter before Kayla's pager chirps, summoning her back to Beau's bedside. The monitor numbers are trending in the wrong direction, and both women know it. The clock is ticking, hope must move faster. Shawn and Steve, the heist proposal across town. Shawn sits alone at the Brady pub, a half-drained mug of coffee growing cold between his hands. Sleep has eluded him for nights, each hour haunted by the image of Beau fading beyond medical reach. When Steve arrives, Shawn's eyes are bloodshot but determined. He lays out his reckless plan with the calm fervor of a man who has already accepted the consequences. "Steal the Versavix," Shawn says simply. No plea. No dramatics. just cold resolve. Steve flinches, the instinct to protect his nephew warring with every lesson the Navy ever taught him about honor. Yet he cannot ignore the facts. Beau's fever climbs higher each day, and the miracle drug sits locked behind a door that refuses to open. Steve asks the hard questions: security protocols, camera placements, how they can smuggle the vials without triggering alarms. Shawn knows more than is comfortable. He has studied the hospital supply chain, memorized Dr. Russell's shift schedule, even scoped out an unused service elevator that descends to the pharmacy level. Finally, Steve exhales a slow, weary breath. "All right, kid," he mutters, the decision carving deep lines in his weathered face. "We do this once and only because there is no other way." The agreement is sealed with solemn nods. They finish their drinks, pay in silence, and part ways to prepare, for tonight they will cross a line that may alter lives forever. Nightfall in Salem. Threads converge as dusk drapes Salem in violet shadows, each storyline advances like a chess piece toward an uncertain checkmate. Gabi reviews new legal documents, planning her next strike against Philip. Leo and Javi scroll through online listings, half-heartedly debating neighborhood cafes. Xander and Alex draft an emergency meeting agenda, quietly confident that by morning Philip's mistakes will shine under a spotlight no board can ignore. And deep within University Hospital, Kayla bends over Beau, whispering promises of a future she refuses to let slip away. Beyond the wards, in a dark parking garage, Shawn pulls on black gloves while Steve checks the lockpicking kit strapped beneath his leather jacket. The hospital looms above them, sterile, guarded, but about to become the stage for an audacious gamble. They share a final glance, not of adventure, but of raw, familial love, and step into the elevator that will carry them toward the pharmacy level and destiny. Looking ahead, Thursday's episode reminds us why Days of Our Lives has captivated audiences for generations. It is not simply the bombshell twists or the lavish set pieces, it is the humanity, the flawed, passionate hearts beating beneath every dangerous plan and whispered confession. Tomorrow, we will find out whether Shawn and Steve succeed or whether the law tightens its net around two desperate men. We will learn if Gabby and Philip's feud ignites a corporate civil war, if Alex and Xander's alliance survives first contact with reality, and whether Kayla can keep her faith when ethics collide head-on with love. Until then, dear friends, hold your loved ones close and your secrets closer, for in Salem, the difference between triumph and tragedy can hinge on a single, breath-held moment in the dead of night.